No, you didn't go to film school.
Right.
Why?
I think a weird combination of things. I think that there was, it was my plan in high school that I wouldn't go to film school, but then, you know, a couple years out of high school, when I wasn't instantly directing a movie, I started to kind of panic and thought about going to film school, and even did go to enrolled in NYU. At first what happened was I couldn't get in anywhere. So when I couldn't get in, because my grades in high school weren't very good, so I couldn't get into college. And so what it did was create this attitude in me like, I don't need film school. Anyway, because you got to find some way to justify why you know, and make it feel good to yourself. You can't get into college, you know, so you just start saying, well, that's bullshit, you know, anyway. But then I started getting really nervous. I needed something, and I needed help, and I enrolled in NYU, and I went there for literally 2 days. What happened was I walked into this class, and this teacher said, you know, if anyone is here to write Terminator 2, just walk out. Just get out of the door. And I thought, well, that's just not a good way to start. What if I do want to write Terminator 2? What if someone sitting next to me wants to write? You know, he was sort of instantly saying, you know, we write serious films here, you know. Terminator 2 is a pretty awesome movie. So he said, yeah. So there was an assignment to write. It was you write a page that has no dialogue in it, right? But you got to make sure that you explain something about a character. You show a character trait through action, with no dialogue, right? And I had read this great script by David Mamet, which was Hoffa, which was not made at the time. And there was a great scene that Mamet had written where Danny DeVito is driving along, his character's driving along, and it shows what he's going through by the method he uses to keep himself awake while driving, which is he lights a cigarette and he holds it between his hands and he lets it burn down to his fingers to keep him burning his fingers and keeping him awake. It's just so simple and perfect and lovely, and it's, you know, Mr. Pulitzer Prize himself, David Mamet. So I took that page and I handed it in, and it got a C+. And I said, all right, now I know I'm right. And there's a wonderful thing that if you drop out quick enough, you can get your tuition back. So I had this money that my father had put aside, some college money for me, you know, and I sort of, you know, very suspiciously took that money that had been, and I just lived off that and made a short film.